going on, everybody? Today we're back with another wiring video for the 65 Fastback. Today we're going to be installing the engine portion of the American AutoWiring harness. I'm going to be showing you the routing and where I'm going to be installing the bus bar, because that's not clear in the instructions. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the wiring from that hole right there. We're going to route it from that tie down to that tie down. It should go through the brace bar, and then we're gonna go to that tie down, this tie down, that tie down. I think I'm gonna be installing the bus bar somewhere down here, just where it's out of the way. I couldn't find a good location where it would look nice right here, but other than that, let's go ahead and get started. So for this section of the wiring harness, we are gonna need the crimpers I mentioned in the last video. I'll put a link to these down in the description. These are a must when you're doing these, because all these come with a wire like this that doesn't have the end on it, but they do provide them, so that's why we need those crimpers. Alright guys, this is what I mean by mapping out the wires. So I know it could be a little confusing or intimidating right here, but we're gonna make it simple. So towards the left side of the engine, we're gonna get our brown wire, our purple wire, and our red wire. So that's all going to this side. So we're gonna go ahead and separate our purple, brown, and red once again, and we're going to wrap up that section compared to this section. Obviously we're gonna wrap that as well, but towards the other side, as you can see here, that's towards the temperature sending unit, oil sending unit, and our ignition. So alright guys, so I'm going to show you an example of one of the crimps. So this is the wire that's going to go to the starter solenoid, or the bus bar, I'm sorry. So we're just going to go ahead and set it on top. We're going to use our big side. And just like that, we have a pretty nice crimp. Okay, and here's one more thing. So as you can see on the instructions, it says you could use either or of the blade tips or the little opening hole tip. So if your temperature sensor is a blade tip, then you're going to go ahead and crimp that on rather than that. Same thing for your oil sending unit. Okay, so we're going to start routing now, and I noticed that this connector does not fit through the engine hole, but this one does. So we're just going to route everything from the end, from the inside out. Okay, as you can see, I fed them through the inside, and now I'm just going to go ahead and pull them gently. Alright, now that they are fed through, as you can see, I have them separated. These are the 3 wires that are going to go to the starter solenoid side, and these are the ones that are going to go to the engine, the tach, the coil, the temperature sensor, and the oil pressure sensor. So one important thing I forgot to mention is, before you go ahead and cut your wires, or like I did, is put on the terminal end, route them and make sure they are where you want them, because they do give you a lot of extra wire, as you can see. Obviously I'm going to have to cut this wire to make it more neat, because I'm not going to have all this wire just laying around there. But yeah, just before you cut or put a terminal end, make sure the wire is where you want it to be. Okay, so I mounted the bus bar right here below, right next to the battery tray under this solenoid, because it's out of the way and it looks a little ugly up there. So I went ahead and temporarily mounted it right there. I'll go ahead and drill out some holes to permanently mount it. But with the provided 6-gauge wire, we're gonna run, we're gonna cut to size from the starter solenoid down to the bus bar. Okay, so I went ahead and cut about 1.5 feet of that supplied wire, and now we're gonna add the terminal ends to it. Okay, so as you can see, now we have the wire pre-cut and it's ready. I put some heat shrink on the end just to make it look a little nicer. So since this from the starter solenoid to the bottom is going to go connected on this side. We have to put this jump bar, it is provided in the kit, on this end. And now we could go ahead and put that on along with the fuses. Okay, now that we connected the starter solenoid to the bus bar, now we're going to go ahead and cut the 12 volt wire to size, and we're going to go ahead and cut it right here, and also put a terminal end on it and some heat shrink. Alright, so now we have the solenoid to the bus bar all wired up, and I went ahead and cut the ignition source as well, and that goes mounted on the same fuse as that one. These are both linked anyway, but this one, the diagram says it's for the alternator, so we're not going to go ahead and wire that yet because obviously we don't have the engine in. But that's going to go from this to the alternator. I also went and mounted the starter solenoid wire, went ahead and linked that, used the American AutoWire crimpers. This one also goes to the alternator, so I won't be cutting that yet. And all of these, I'll be waiting for the engine install. Okay, so with the power of editing, we now fast forwarded a couple months into the future, and our engine is now in. It's fully functional. All the wiring has now been complete. I'm gonna give a complete rundown on the engine portion of this wiring harness. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start off right here. After we split those wires over there, it runs down the side. Okay, so our black one goes to our starter motor, this one goes to our ignition coil, this one is the power to the starter solenoid. We have this black wire going to our positive terminal on our battery. This red wire goes down to our bus bar down there, and that one is split, goes back up to our power. It goes, this red wire right here goes to our alternator. And one thing about the alternator is that if you don't have a one wire alternator, you will have to convert it, which that's what this box is right here. And it's super easy to connect. I could do a video on that if you guys like me to. I will put a link to that in the description. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for this side of the wires. And then we have that second split right there, which is the one on the bottom or the right side. That one goes down. I have it routed next to the carburetor. So as you can see, it opens up right here, these three cables. As you can see right here, there is a green one for our coolant temperature, a blue one for our oil pressure, and a red one that goes to our coil. In the instructions, it states to run a resistor in line with the coil wire if you are running points. If you are not running points ignition and have electronic ignition, you will not or you do not have to run this resistor. So it connects right here to our coil, positive, and then negative back to our distributor. And these wires for the oil pressure and the coolant temperature, I do not have wired up yet because I haven't installed the new the other variations of that coolant temperature sensor and the oil pressure sensor that came with my new gauge cluster. So yeah, that's how everything is routed. I hope I was clear. If there's anything that was left up in the air that you might not have understood or that I didn't explain too well, go ahead and leave me a comment. So these wires right here are the ones we first ran through the inside of the car out to the engine bay. As you can see, they connect right here to the under dash harness, which we could call the main harness. But this harness is going to go ahead and power everything from the engine bay. It connects to the ignition and everything else, all the fuses. I will be doing a video on the gauge cluster wiring, but I do have an aftermarket cluster, so there might be a difference there, but I'll try to explain that the best that I can. Okay, so I hope you guys liked this video. It did take a couple, more than a couple months to make, since we had to drop the engine in and all of that. Also, I do have a video of the engine break-in coming up. So stay tuned for that. But if you guys have any other questions about this harness, please let me know. Next up, I will be uploading the one for the headlights, the wiring, and so forth, then the tail body, then the gauge cluster. So once again, if you guys have any questions or comments, please put them down below. Thank you for watching.